Hi, my loves. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Glorious Face and Eye Primer by Unique, and I'm just going to apply that all over my face because I live in Michigan and the winter dry air is so harsh on my skin. I like to just apply this all over my face so that I get it nice and moisturized. Then I'm going to move on to the Touch Liquid Foundation by Unique, and I have this in the shade Velour. If you want a foundation that's going to give you full coverage and be super light on your face, then this is definitely a great foundation for you to try. I usually only use about 5 to 8 drops and it covers my whole entire face and it gives me full coverage. It goes on as a liquid and then it dries to a matte powdery finish. So if you have oily skin, this is also a great option for you because it won't leave your skin looking even more oily. And the brush that I'm using to apply this, I'm not sure on the number, I don't think it has one, but it was just one of the foundation brushes from Sephora. Okay, now I'm going to apply my Touch Skin Perfecting Concealer. I have this in the color Organza, and this is also by Unique. And I'm just going to be applying that right underneath my eyes, as you can see, and then all of the areas that I want to highlight, like underneath my chin, down my nose, and on my forehead as well. I also just wanted to mention really quickly, when I filmed this, I don't know what happened, but I had filmed the lip portion of this, me applying a lipstick that I had on that you could see in the beginning, and I don't know what happened. I like completely lost that footage, so I'm really sorry, but that's not going to be in the video, but I will tell you which color I used. And now I'm just going to go ahead and take a damp beauty blender and just blend out all of that concealer that I just applied. Okay, now I'm taking my Touch Mineral Pressed Powder from Unique, and I'm just taking a big fluffy brush, and I'm going to set all of that concealer that I just applied. Now I'm taking my Beachfront Bronzer from Unique, and I have that in the color Sunset, and I'm just going to use that to do my contour and to bronze up my cheeks and forehead. And this is also a great product to use if you don't like using like a cream contour. I absolutely love using this for my contour. I haven't used anything else since I got it because I just think it gives you a nice healthy glow at the same time that you get the contour that you want. And then I'm just going to go ahead and take, I think it's just a fluffy eyeshadow brush that I was using, but it works great to contour my nose, so that's what I'm using. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a dry beauty blender and use that same pressed powder that I used to set my concealer to carve out my contour and do a little bit of baking. And then I'm just going to also apply that underneath my eyes and down my nose as well. And then I'm just going to let it sit while I do my eyebrows. And now I'm just taking my eyebrow liner from Unique, and I have it in the shade Medium, and I'm going to use that to line my brows. And next I'm just going to take the brow gel from Unique, and I'm going to use that to fill in my brows. The one thing that I really like about this brow gel is that it has little fibers in it, so it'll fill in any sparse areas of your brows. So if you're like me and have very thin and patchy eyebrows, this stuff is amazing. And now I'm just going to take that big fluffy brush and I'm going to dust away all of the powder that I applied. And now for the Gwen Stefani palette. I seriously love this palette so much, you guys. It is amazing. The colors are so pigmented and so beautiful. So I'm going to be using my B30 blending brush from Morphe to blend Stark and Anaheim into my crease as a transition shade. I just mixed about equal parts of those two, and I thought that that would make the perfect transition shade. Next, I'm going to take just the color Anaheim, and I'm going to also dust that into the crease just to darken it up a bit. You always want to make sure that you do lots of blending too, so you don't have any harsh lines. Now I'm taking the shade Zone, which is just a little bit darker than Anaheim, and I'm going to dust that a little bit lower than where I put Anaheim, so just a little bit lower in the crease, and also I'm going to blend that into the corner of my eye, the outer corner. And then I just went back and took the shade Skimp and used it to blend out any harsh lines that were on the top of where I put my transition shade. Okay, now I'm taking my B42 brush from Morphe. It's just a crease brush, and I'm going to be taking the shade Punk, and I'm going to be putting that in the outer corner of my eye. I started out with just a very, very small amount because the shade is so pigmented. I didn't want to put too much on and not be able to blend it out, so you want to just take a little bit at a time and keep darkening it until you have it where you want it. And then I just went back and took that same fluffy blending brush and just blended everything out so I didn't have any harsh lines. And then you do the other eye. Okay, and then I took my B16 small detail brush and I spritzed it with some of my rose water from Unique, which is kind of like the MAC Fix Plus, and I just used that to take the shades Baby and Steady, and I mixed those two together, and I wetted my brush just so that those would be a little bit brighter and be more like the foiled shadows. And then I just went back and took that blending brush and made sure that everything was blended nice and smoothly. And then I used that same small detail brush and I took the shade Blonde and used it to highlight underneath my eyebrows. And Blonde is kind of like a dupe for MAC Nylon, so I really, really like this shade. And I also put that in my inner corners as well. Okay, next I took the MB26 brush from Morphe, which is like a pencil brush, and I used that to take the shade Zone and line my lower lash line with that. And then I took my precision pencil in the shade Perfect, which is just like a really black color, and I used that to line my water lines. And then I went back again with that brush and took a little bit of Punk and blended out that eyeliner. And then I took that same eyeliner I used before, the precision pencil, and I'm using that to make my wing. I don't know where my liquid liner went, so I had to use this today to make my wing, which sometimes I like using a pencil better anyways because I feel like I have more control with it, but then I can't get it as sharp as I want it. So, and then I did my eyeliner, or I mean, sorry, my mascara off camera because I have to get super close to my mirror to do my mascara most of the time. So, and I figured everyone knows how to apply mascara anyways. And that is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed.